And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to on this week's show. We have some basketball. We'll begin with some football. The Georgia Southern Eagles heading up to Atlanta, to Turner Field of all places, to take on the Georgia State Panthers. And the Eagles were able to notch their first victory over the Panthers in over 3 years. They went up to Atlanta and knocked off Georgia State by a final score of 35-14. The Eagles got out to a 13-0 lead and then went on to cruise to the victory. That would mark Chad Lunsford and his team's 9th victory of the season. Of course, they still have a bowl game to play in. No word on where that will be played yet. There's quite a few that have tie-ins to the Sun Belt Conference. The Eagles will not find out until next Sunday. The Sun Belt Championship game will be played in Boone on Saturday. And after that, then there'll be the process of which teams from the Sun Belt will be going to which bowls. We'll let you know next week. But we'll have highlights of Georgia Southern and Georgia State for you coming up in just a bit. We also will head over to Statesboro High for the annual, what's become an annual Thanksgiving holiday week tradition. Statesboro High hosting their Ladies' Night Out tournament taking place there at Statesboro High. The Blue Devils knocked off Cross Creek there on Tuesday and knocked off Islands on Monday pretty handily in both of those games to remain undefeated on the season. Next up, the Statesboro boys and girls both get in action on Tuesday. They'll be at Bradwell and then back home on Friday against Effingham County. As for some of our other area teams, the Bullock Academy Gators get things underway this week. They'll be home on Saturday. Having a game also on Tuesday. As for Portal, they're undefeated on the boys' side so far this year. They'll be back in action at home on Saturday as they'll be hosting Bryan County. And also Southeast Bullock will be in action on Saturday as well, hosting Beach. All right, as for our Georgia Southern men and women, the guys went to the Bahamas and ended up winning the championship, knocking off Montana to remain unbeaten on the season. Up next, they'll be hosting ETSU on Tuesday, and as for the women, they won this past Sunday. They knocked off Bethune-Cookman. We'll take you out for highlights of that one in just a moment as well. Before we go to break, we'd like to hope you'll all be safe out there, but if you happen to be in an injury or have an accident, we'd like to encourage you to contact the Sullivan Law Firm at thesullivanlawfirm.com or give them a call, 912-489-8888.
The Medical Center Pharmacy on Grenade Street is proud to be your Health Mart pharmacy in Statesboro. The Medical Center Pharmacy, locally owned and serving this community for 50 years, is open 364 days a year. The pharmacists at Medical Center know there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. That's why they take the time to know their customers, explain their medications, and answer any questions. The Medical Center Pharmacy, your Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Well, the Georgia Southern Eagles heading up to Turner Field, and of course, as usual, when Georgia Southern plays in Atlanta, a huge crowd in attendance. A lot of the Eagle alums up in there in the Atlanta area went out to the game, probably outnumbered Georgia State somewhere 4 or 5 to 1. Let's get out and take a look at some of the highlights from Georgia Southern and Georgia State. Turner Field, the site for Georgia Southern's final regular season game of the season, as they took on the Georgia State Panthers. As usual, a great Georgia Southern crowd on hand in Atlanta. We pick up the action early on in the first quarter, and the Eagle defense helping to set the tone. The offense finally getting on track late in the first, Wesley Fields off the pitch, goes around the far side for a first down. Next, it's the quick pass over to Wesley Kennedy, who fights ahead for another Eagle first down. We move ahead to the second quarter. Still no score until Tyler Bass will split the uprights from 39 yards away. Back to the Eagle defense we go, and C.J. Wright coming up with the stop. The defense next setting up the offense as they've done all year. The ball tipped and caught for an interception by Lane Ecton, and the offense wastes no time cashing in. Shai Wertz going up top to Darian Anderson for the touchdown, and the Eagles take a 10-0 lead. The Eagle defense showing their speed as well as Richard Johnson runs down the receiver on the reverse. The Panthers threatening, but Ty Phillips with the sack. So Georgia State going for the field goal, but this one blocked. Tamarcio Reese tips the ball to Monquavian Brinson, who makes a nice return into Panther territory. Setting up Tyler Bass for the 49-yard field goal. Bass makes it with room to spare, and the Eagles grab a 13-0 halftime lead. Second half, and Wirtz takes off on 3rd and long, and he's gone, leaping into the end zone for the 18-yard touchdown. The 2-point conversion made it 21-0. Wirtz next, going to the air again. This time, he connects with Colby Ransom on the 58-yard score for a 28-0 Eagle lead. The defense hoping to preserve the shutout. Harris with the hit. The Eagle fans just unable to contain themselves and break out the tomahawk chop at Turner Field, of course. Unfortunately, the shutout going away as Dan Ellington hits Devin Gentry on 4th and goal. But the Eagle offense responds as Wesley Fields takes this one into the open field for 68 yards of his 151 yards rushing. And the U makes an appearance late as the, quote, real GSU will go on to prevail 35-14. And after the game, we had a chance to talk with Coach Lunsford and some of the players about the victory.
We wanted to come out fast, you know what I'm saying, but we didn't. But like I said, we got going, was able to get 13 before the half. You know, and we just kept building on that. It wasn't really a pressure thing. It's just we know we had to be better. I had to be better. It was some third down conversions that I missed early on that I knew I had to be better at. In the second half, that's what I was really honing in on. We made some adjustments and adjusted to what they was doing to us, and it worked. Especially after last year, heartbreak loss and how it ended. It feels good to come here and get win number 9, though.
Finally, that's what I really can say. Finally, you know, for the seniors, you know, they ain't beat them since they senior year, so I'm glad we can do this for everybody, really. Just bring it back down south.
You know, everybody just saying Southern not State and State not Southern, you know, just bragging rights for the end of the year. And just, you know, Georgia State and Georgia Southern, just big-time rivalry.
It's so special just for the senior class. Just knowing what we've been through, 2-10, 5-7, like I said, over and over again, man. It's a blessing to even play this game of football, and it's another blessing to have another opportunity to play for Georgia Southern one more time. Because like my senior year, man, I'm just trying to cherish every moment that I have at this university, because this university did so much for me, and I'm blessed. I'm blessed. When you got them, just continue to put our foot on their throat and just continue to just keep driving and just keep going out. Don't let up. And so I just had the mentality. I had to get in the end zone. We had to keep pounding and I had to keep doing. And then the offensive line, man, did a heck of a job. I just opened up the lanes. And the wideouts, man, they don't get much credit because we're so much of a running school, and they do such a good job of just blocking on the outside and being able to hold up the guys on the outside and letting us get the big runs.
First off, just want to say how proud I am of these players, how proud I am of this staff. tremendous buy-in this year. Tremendous job of just buying into what we wanted to do, our plan to win, the Georgia Southern man, the do-right part, the whole thing of our guys just really buying in. I mean, it's awesome, you know, to be able to go from a 2-10 season to 9-3. You know, we're still learning. We're still learning as a football team. We're still learning how to win the right way and all that kind of stuff. But I can't say enough about it. I'm very proud and looking forward to the bowl game. Looking forward to try to go get number 10. So proud of these seniors. So proud of this team getting that done for the seniors. I know they wanted to go out that way. You know, beating App State, beating Georgia State, that was a couple of our goals this year. So we've obviously accomplished that. So once again, very proud of the seniors, very proud of this team, making sure that they helped them get that. Well, it ain't me getting them back. I mean, it's these players, it's this coaching staff, it's our fans. I mean, it's the whole Georgia Southern University. I mean, it's I can't say enough about how much they've worked, how much they've put into this to be able to pull this off, you know, and so I can't take any credit for that.
So once again, congratulations to Chad Lunsford and the Georgia Southern Eagles on notching their 9th win of the season. Who'd have thought after the season they had last year? But congratulations. And next up, they'll be waiting on their bowl bid, which should come out this Sunday evening. All right, stay with us. Plenty more to come on Upon Further Review.
What does it mean to have financial freedom?
At Queensboro Wealth Management, we're helping people figure that out
and giving them a plan to get there.
If you have a desire to take control of your finances and live with financial purpose,
we will use every bit of our knowledge to help you.
And there's no cost to get started.
Download a free kit from our website, then give any of us a call. QWM is Queensboro Wealth Management. Let's begin today.
Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998, providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy. In-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests and ultrasounds, in-house lab. And introducing our new nurse practitioner, Melissa Beasley, as we now accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care.
Friday night lights to early morning deer stands, Anderson's General Store in Statesboro is your tailgating and hunting headquarters. Boots from Ariat, Georgia Boot, Irish Setter, Wolverine, and more, we have a pair for you. Check out our Costa and Ray-Ban sunglasses. And apparel from Columbia, Carhartt, and Drake. Dove, ducks, deer, we have all your hunting needs. And tailgate with a Big Green Egg or Traeger grill. Pack in the flavor with delicious sauces and rubs. Haul it all home with a utility trailer. Anderson's General Store, a general store, and so much more.
Well, it's become an annual tradition for the Statesboro Lady Blue Devil basketball team. Their Ladies Night Out tournament, which takes place during the week of Thanksgiving holidays, Monday and Tuesday at Statesboro High. The Blue Devils taking on Islands on Monday and Cross Creek on Tuesday. Let's send you out for some of the highlights. The opening night of the Ladies Night Out tournament, Statesboro taking on Islands. The visitors would open up the early lead, but the Blue Devils come storming back. Lacey Robbins hits the three at the top of the key. Next, the nice dish inside to Bailey Roberts off the glass for two. Blue Devils continue to find success inside. Lacey Robbins the putback. Next, Destiny Hartwell going up strong for the hoop and the foul. Statesboro takes a 4-point lead into halftime. Second half, Islands continuing to hang around. They tie it up, but the Blue Devils then go on a run. Alexis Ward, 2 of her 13. Next, off the miss, Roberts, 2 of her 12 points. More from Roberts as she hits the turnaround bank shot. And then Lacey Robbins with 2 of her 21. Blue Devils roll 71-42. So we move on to Tuesday. Statesboro taking on Cross Creek. And in this one, they'd start off hot and continue. Alexis Ward goes baseline for 2. Next, inside we go. Destiny Hartwell for 2. Back inside to Hartwell, the pump fake and the hoop. Robbins then cans the long distance three. Then she'd step to the corner, hit three more of her 22, which would lead the way. On the break, Jemiah Jones for two of her 13. Robbins, two more. And then it's Madison Lee, the hoop and the foul. She'd finish with 10 points for the freshman. Statesboro up by 18. Second half, more of the same. Bailey Roberts off the glass, off the nice pass from Destiny Hartwell, and then Robbins dials up a three-pointer. She'd finish with 22 points. Another runner for Lee. JJ hits for two more, and they roll 62-26. And as we mentioned earlier, next up for Statesboro, they'll be at Bradwell on Tuesday. Other teams getting things underway this week at home. Statesboro will be home on Friday. They will be hosting Effingham County, and then Saturday hosting Swainsboro. Southeast Bullock hosting Beach on Saturday. We have Bullock Academy. They'll be hosting Robert Toombs on Saturday, and the Portal Panthers will be hosting Bryan County on Saturday. All right, stay with us. We'll head out to the college hardwood in just a moment.
At Badcock, no credit refused isn't just an offer, it's a way of business and has been for over 100 years. No banks, no ridiculous credit requirements, just local Badcock store owners who treat you right and give you credit when others won't. It's never been easier to express your style and love your home.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
Well, the Georgia Southern men undefeated on the season. They'll be hosting ETSU on Tuesday. The ladies getting things underway on Sunday, hosting Bethune-Cookman. Let's get out and take a look at some of the highlights. The Georgia Southern Lady Eagles hosting Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Kendall Fincher for three. The Wildcats up by 4. The Eagles come back. Sarah Moore with the putback. Next, it's Haley Diaz-Allen hitting for 3 of her 17 points. Tatum Barber will help out off the inbounds for 2. The Eagles up by 2. Diaz-Allen with the hoop and the foul. Georgia Southern continuing to lead, but the Wildcats respond. Angel Golden, 3 of her 32 points. They take the lead, and then the Eagles converting on 10 three-pointers. Alicia Owens with 1 there. Alexis Brown would have 3 threes. This one would only be good for 2, but she'd lead the way with 27 points. And finally, back inside, Moore with the lefty hook, and the Eagles hold on to win 77-76. Up next for Georgia Southern's guys, they'll be hosting at Hare Fieldhouse Tuesday against ETSU. All right, stay with us. We'll have more in just a moment. Come visit us locally here in Statesboro at Piedmont Loop beside Walmart. Georgia Premier Academy's baseball program has only been up for a couple years, but they've already seen quite a few players go on to sign college scholarships. Recently, they had 3 pretty impressive ones at Eastern Kentucky, South Florida, and also at LSU.
First of all, I just want to thank God. I want to thank my family back home, Georgia Premier, all my friends, my teammates. It's been a blessing just being in this program. I'm excited for it. I'm ready to go out and get LSU to hold my hand and win the World Series. Why LSU? Why not LSU? It should be the question. LSU is the best program in baseball. Just how they are. It's the family. The coaching staff and all that. Since the beginning, and we started talking, and I had the opportunity to get to campus. I felt like home, and that's the most important thing. I want to feel home. I feel happy there, and it's a family.
I chose USF because it was just a great fit for me overall. I liked the coach. The head coach was the pitching coach, which is Billy Mole, and I looked him up. Me and my parents looked him up, and he had a great resume. In every program he'd been to, the pitching staff did better overall. So that was a big part for me. And I always wanted to go to school in Florida, so right by the beach in Tampa, so that's pretty nice too. Georgia Premier's helped me a lot. They work like a pro team, working out every day from 1 to 6, getting your work in, working out, lifting, throwing every day. Stuff that you would do when you signed the MLB contract.
I really felt like Eastern Kentucky, like with the coaching staff, I'd be treated like family. And financially, with the scholarship, it was a really good choice. With GBSA, the team I played with in the summer, there's some guys that have played with them, so I felt like I'd have a little bit of relationships or something to start it off with. So I think that was a big deal too. This wouldn't happen today if it wasn't for Georgia Premier and like setting up a schedule for me to put the work in to achieve this.
And that'll wrap it up for this week. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.